And when you look at it from a governance and a privacy perspective, right? Your quest to be a data-driven organization can start anywhere. When we look at it um, from a practice perspective, you could start from anywhere. How do you want to start this journey? Is a big dilemma, right? You see, this screen here has various pieces, right? What is the problem that you want to start off solving, right? Do you want to start off by saying, I want to govern cloud data warehouses and data lakes? Because your data lakes are your source of truth. That's where all your analytical tools are running out of. Or you want to initially say, hey, before even I get there, I want to have a common business understanding of what data is. What are the business terms that I'm using within an organization? What are the policies that are governing the data, right? Or should I have a catalog of catalogs? So you could have, you could have data in various sources. You could have 100 to 150 sources of data. You could be having data in various hyperscalers. For example, you could have data in AWS. You could have data in Azure. You could have data in your Google Cloud platform, which and these ecosystem partners could provide you with catalogs, but then they are providing you with catalogs of a singular source, while you as an organization, as a CDO, you need data that is collated across these sources. So do you want to first start off creating a catalog of catalogs? Or do you want to have data quality tools in place? You want to first ensure that your data is cleansed, your data has good quality before even you start using the data, because if you don't have good quality data, you're not going to get anything out of that data, right? Or you want to look at data sharing as a problem. You want to look at how you want to share data across various consumers of data. Or do you want to create a data observability portal first, so that your data organization, the various stakeholders of data organization, have a view of where your data is, how your data is moving, and create a sort of a data operations framework first. Do you want to look at data discovery and lineage? That's important. You need to actually look at identifying where all data is. You want to look at how data is moving across organization. Is that something that you want to look at from a discovery perspective? Or maybe you have a very tactical problem to solve. Maybe there are regulations in your region which say that you have to do regulatory compliance first. You have a deadline to say, by end of this year, my data operations should be compliant to various regulations. So you want to start off there, right? By saying that, hey, my first priority, tactical priority, is to be compliant to various regulations. If I don't do this, I might be exposed to various risks and penalties. So I want to start off by doing my regulatory compliance first, right? And you want to do uh, privacy, which is basically discovering sensitive data and managing the life cycle of sensitive data. Or you want to do master data governance, right? So all these are different pieces of the data puzzle that you need to solve. But as an organization, your priority could be in different places, right? For example, I've been working with a lot of customers who have started very differently. I have one set of customer in the financial space where he said, I have a unique problem, but a major problem where I want to identify where I have my sensitive data. My first step is to just identify sensitive data. I want to spend the next 6 months doing sensitive data discovery. And once I have completed sensitive data discovery, then I will do policy execution on top of it, right? I know that I have these 10 systems which have sensitive data. And now when I know that I have these 10 systems which are sensitive data, I want to apply my governance policies and controls on top of this sensitive data. That's where I want to start my journey from. Um, while I had another bank which said, hey, I know I have to do all this. All these are like things that I will have to do eventually, but I want to first understand what data I have. Uh, my organization is a living organization, which has a big history. It has been like we have been doing business for the last 80 years, and we have collected a lot of data. A lot of data is still legacy. But for me to unlock value of the data that I have about my customers, the first thing that I want to do is create a catalog. I want to create a data catalog. I want to ensure that we have a big list of all the types of data that we have and where I have, so that my data stewards, my data owners can actually quickly go in and search and get to the kinds of data that we have within the organization that I can unlock value from, right? So you could, as an organization, start your journey from anywhere. You could look at it as a privacy component. You could look at it as a catalog component. You could look at it as a journey that's starting from quality, but you should have a global outlook or where you want to go to. That's where creating a sort of a privacy governance framework and starting off from a small problem and eventually getting to solving all the problems is what your outlook should be. And that's what your vision should be for private, for a privacy governance practice within your within any enterprise. You could start small, you could start from anywhere, but eventually you will need all these pieces um, to master this framework, right? Weird Informatica provide a very simple logical framework for doing this.